Hey, you guys. Okay, can anyone tell me what movie that was from? That was from a movie. So, hey, good to see you. We'll give you guys a few minutes to get in here. Also, a few minutes to write down where that quote came from. If you missed the quote, let me do it one more time. Hey, you guys. Okay, let me know what movie that's from. Anyway, we're going to wait for people to get in here, start watching, that type of a thing. As you can see, we got roulette today. It's just a normal layout. It's on the table. So, you know, of course, it's like all nice and wrinkly and everything. But this layout in particular is from the Hard Rock. And it's a hand-painted Hard Rock roulette table with a single zero. So I wanted to use this. I haven't been able to use this yet for any of my videos, and I've been keeping it for a while. And I really, really, really wanted to use it. So that's what we're using today. Hey, Tom. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hey, Morgan. Yes, Morgan got it. It's the Goonies. That's where it's from. Hey, you guys. Oh, I love that. Love the Goonies. That's like one of my favorite movies. With the chunk and the truffle shuffle. I can't do it, but yeah, I love that. Good job, Morgan. You got that. That was awesome. So go ahead, put your roulette questions in the chat so I could see them, or just say hi to me, or ask whatever question you want to ask. I need to get a thumbnail, so let me do that real quick. Let's see, what would be a good thumbnail? I could try doing this. Okay, that's pretty much all I could think of. Oh, you can't stay today, Tom? That stinks. Well, thanks for like showing up at least a little bit. At least you get the beginning session of it. If you have anything you want to say or any questions, get them in now, and then I'll answer them. So that way we could get that done before you go. But thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So, okay, we got the thumbnail. Showed you guys the layout. What's next? Update on Patreon. I got, I believe, 9 Patreon people. I got 2 new Patreons this month in April. So, yay, that's awesome. If you guys get a chance, check out my Patreon page. There's a lot of rewards, a lot of things that are going on there. And if you can, please support. Much appreciated. Same with Super Chat. We got the Super Chat up and running, so go ahead and give that a try if you want. Oh, Tom, that really sucks. Oh, Tom had a bad day today. That's not good. And that really, really sucks about your car. I hope things get better. I hope, you know, you're okay. I hope everyone you know is okay. I hope, you know, nothing really too bad happened. So sorry to hear about your car. I hope things get fixed pretty quickly and everything with that. We'll try to cheer you up today. The only way I could think of cheering people up is not something I'm going to do. I was thinking, we cheer you guys up today. And then I was thinking, oh, I'd show up in like a party pit outfit or, you know, one of those bikini dealers or something. Then I'll do a live stream that way. That'll cheer everyone up. But yeah, like I said, not doing that today. So we'll try to think of some ways to cheer you up and everything. And I hope things get better for you, Tom. Yeah, I hope things get better for you. Let's see. Now, also, make sure you hit that bell so that way you're always notified of my latest videos and live streams. And I want to talk with you guys a little bit about Indiegogo because I had brought it up a little bit a few times before. So we have a lot to work on. Crowdsourcing is extensive, very extensive. And there's a lot that we have to do beforehand before we can start it. So that's not going to start for a while. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. But we do have plans for that. And we are having, I believe I could tell you guys this. We are having, it's called the A-Team. The A-Team. I love that from the 80s. Okay, anyway. And A is for aces. So you know Vegas aces. So basically this is going to be a group of big fans of Vegas Aces or dedicated people who will help with the Indiegogo project. There are quite a number of you guys that I talk to on a regular basis, and you're always offering me help. And like, I have quite a few of you guys in mind when I talk about the A-team. So if you're one of those people, you're going to get an invite for that. So you'll be invited. And if you're interested in that, send me an email, heather@vegas-aces.com, and we'll see about getting you into that as well. So, okay. Hey, Grunt. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for seeing. Thanks for watching, I mean, not seeing. You know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to start this off. So we are doing roulette today. Tom asks, are there any bets on roulette that are considered illegal? Illegal, like, are you talking about like lawfully illegal, or are you talking about illegal whereas, say, for example, now let's pretend if this was a 0-0-0, then if you do a split on a 0-0-0, you could do a bet right here that's exactly the same thing as a 0-0-0. That is a little shorthand or shortcut that people can do. Courtesy line, it's called, for the people on this end of the table. So that would be a legal bet. And then if someone put a bet right here, that would be an illegal bet. Whereas that's not an actual proper bet, and that doesn't mean anything. And I'd probably just give your chips back to you and be like, hey, that's not, you know, actually a thing. So there's that legal and illegal type of a thing. So let me know what kind of illegal or legal or, you know, what you're talking about. The latter? Oh, okay. Okay, well, in that case, what I see a lot of people doing is, like I said, the courtesy line is right here. It's always between the second and third 12 or dozen. And when people see that, if they don't really know what's going on, they'll try to put their bet right here. And they'll think, oh, it covers the second dozen and the first dozen. But that's not the case. This is the only time you could put your money on this line for the courtesy line and have it be exactly the same thing as a split between a 0 and 0-0. This layout only has a single 0, but if this layout had a 0-0-0, it would be a split on that, and that's exactly the same thing. Now, what I see is, I see that's an illegal bet. I see it where they put between, say, red and black, and that's totally an illegal bet. It's like, I don't know exactly what you're doing there, dude. I mean, okay, here, let me put it this way. If you put your bet between red and black, then nothing's going to happen, or if 0 or 0-0 hits, you're going to lose. So it's like, why on earth would you ever even think to put your bet there? But anyway, rant over. You would put your bet there. That's an illegal bet. That's not acceptable. Same with these. Pretty much any of these lines are unacceptable. The only thing that's acceptable is this one, and like I said, that's the courtesy line. Also, another thing is where they have the columns. So this 2-to-1, if you put your money right here, then this covers all of these numbers, and that's the column, and it pays 2-to-1. And if a 0 or 0-0 hits, then you lose this money. I'll see people put their money in between that, and that's an illegal bet. That's not acceptable. Also right here, where they'll do two numbers like 34, 35, and then one column, two column, that's also not an acceptable or legal bet. So there are those, and then typically you can pretty much do whatever you want inside. Most of those are legal, but that is typically the most illegal bets that I see used on a normal basis. So that's true. So Nashville in for Life has a really good point. The only illegal bet that I know of is the one that is made after the croupier waves their hand and says no more bets. A late bet, I think they call it. That is completely accurate. So when the dealer spins the ball, they will hear the rotation, and when they hear the ball starting to slow down, what they'll do is they'll wave their arm over the bet, or over the tables, I mean, and they'll say no more bets. And no one is supposed to make any more bets or have their hands in the area or anything like that. So if they did, for example, if I waved my hands and said no more bets, and if someone did come in there and put money on a bet, that would be an illegal bet or a late bet. And as the dealer, you would have to say, sorry, sir, no more bets. That doesn't count. You know, it's not a real bet. So no more bets. So yeah, Nashville Villain for Life had a really good point on that. Let's see. Okay, cool. So no more questions at the moment. So I'm just going to go over quickly the layout and everything that's on it. I will make a video on this. It will be an actual real video. Like I said, I talked to UNLV and I got access to their lab. So I'm going to use that access to make a roulette video, a craps video, a big baccarat video. But at the moment, right now, I'm focusing on, I'm focusing on several different things at once, really. But I'm focusing on writing Payouts tiles, getting that going. And also, I'm going to do a revamp on the videos that I've done. So I don't know if you guys have heard or not. It's a lot going on, but basically, myself and my team of people who I've hired are trying to make this more of an actual trade school. So what we're doing is we're going to create courses. And I will have actual courses, beginner, intermediate, advanced, that type of a thing, for each of these games. And they will be way more clear cut, way more, I should say better layouts, and easier to learn. So that's coming up. So I have to go over or redo my scripts for like blackjack and mini baccarat and Payouts poker and that type of thing. So those are the two things I'm working on as far as the scripts go at the moment. Oh yeah, Tom, you're awesome, dude. We got a $2 super chat. Everyone, if you could say thanks to Tom, he is so freaking cool. Thank you, Tom, so much for that. Woo woo. Okay, I'm so from the 90s. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, so basically we're trying to get this business going and up and running and better and more inclusive. I want to have all the games, everything. There's so much to do that it's just going to take a while. But bear with me, we are working on all of this. So back to roulette. Now, when you're betting, you will see the outside bets and the inside bets. The inside bets are all of the numbers, and the outside bets are these two right here and this right here. Now, what are they? This right here are all of your even money bets. These are the bets that pay even money. Just 1 second. Pip! Pip! Get in here. Stop barking. No. Stop it. Okay, sorry about that. That was my little dog. Okay, so anyway. So if it's a $5 minimum table, then you're going to bet $5. Just 1 second. No. Stop that. Okay, I'm going to have to disappear live. This is awesome live stream. Give me 1 second. Pip, get your butt back in here. Pip, come here. Come here. Get in. Get in. Go. You're in trouble. Go. No. Sorry about that. Oh, well, you guys sort of saw like a behind the scenes. Sorry. That's my balcony behind there, and then the dogs go out there and they go on the balcony, and Pip was barking, so I apologize for that. She loves to bark, and once she starts barking, she won't stop, so I have to get her to stop right away. Live stream, real life. Okay, we'll go back to this. Let's see. I know, right in the mic. I'm so sorry, you guys. She is so freaking loud and shrill. Oh, not good. Okay. So we were talking about the outside bets. These are the even bets. They get paid even money. So if you have a bet on red, and let's say 21 hits, then you will get paid even money. If you have the dozens, which this is the first dozen, and why is this the first dozen? If you notice this thick line right here, what it's saying is 1 through 12 or a dozen. That's what this bet covers. So if you put $5 on this bet and 1 through 12 hits, then you will get paid 2 to 1. like that. The second dozen is 13 through 24, and the third dozen is 25 through 36. Again, with these bets, it pays 2 to 1. If you do the columns right here, for example, let's put a bet right here, $5. If you put a $5 bet right there, and any of these numbers hits, for example, then you will get paid 2 to 1 on that bet. So this column right here covers these numbers, this column covers these numbers, and this column covers these numbers. Again, it's 2 to 1. Grunt asked, just a quick question. So you're trying to create a dealing trade school where people can learn how to deal. Correct. I really wanted to have an actual brick and mortar place where people could come in and deal. However, the problem with that is it's going to cost me about $100,000 to get that going, and I don't have that kind of capital at the moment. So what we're doing is we're focusing on the online dealing trade school, and we're focusing on being able to help everyone around the world through the website, and that's what we're working on. So right now I have articles, resources, I think like entertainment, miscellaneous, and about me on my website. What we're going to do is we're going to combine the entertainment and miscellaneous, and we're going to create a new section for courses. And the courses will be a step-by-step instruction on what you have to do first, second, and third, what you have to practice, what you have to learn, what you have to know, everything that you need to get a job as a dealer online for free in a nice, clear, concise manner. So that way it's easy for everyone. So that's what we're working on right now. So it won't be like a trade school that's brick and mortar. We're doing an online trade school. And that's what we're working on at the moment. So let's see. Nashville for Life says, when I teach new players about this game, I call the outside even money bets rail bets. Very good idea. So keep that in mind. There are some dealers out there that call these bets rail bets. And there's terms and lingo and terminology different for every location too, by the way. So every casino is different. Every location is different. And what I've come to find out is there are a couple terms that are different in different locations. And I really, really love finding out all of this. So, for example, if you know something where in Las Vegas this is called this, say, definition or this term or that type of a thing, but in this location it's something else, email me, write in the comments, let me know. I love knowing that stuff. Cellar Door says, hi. The layout on some tables in Berlin have an additional drawn wheel with all the numbers. How does it work? Let's see. A drawn wheel? Okay. I don't think I've seen that before. The closest thing I've seen to that would be in California, where they have roulette, but they're not allowed by law to spin the ball or have a wheel or that type of a thing. So what they do is they use cards. So for example, they'll have cards on the roulette table, and if this card is, say, an 8 of whatever, then they'll go to that number or that location or that type of a thing. So I know in California they do that. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same thing in Berlin. I wish I could answer that for you, but at the moment I can't. If anyone knows the answer to that, please write it in the comments below so we can all learn. Greatly appreciated. And if you're really interested in knowing the answer to that, Salvador, I have a couple people, I have some contacts in Berlin, in Germany, where I can ask them that question. So send me an email, I'll get a hold of my contacts, and we'll see if we can find out the answer to that together. Okay, so let's see here. Nashville for Life says, I think I've seen this at some international casino sites. There's a virtual wheel with the actual distribution of numbers on the wheel. Tom says, what's the difference between 0 and 00 table? Oh, this is a good question. Okay, Tom, What's the difference between 0 and 00 tables? I've seen 00 tables at my local, I've only seen 00 tables at my local casino. Okay. Normally, 0 and 00 roulette is American roulette, and single zero roulette is French roulette or European roulette or that type of a thing, typically seen in London, as well as France, but they have French roulette, and that's a little bit different. The layout's a little different. And then Germany as well. So you'll see just the single zero. Now, the difference is, or basically what the difference is, and I don't know any other better way of saying this, but Americans are greedy. So originally, roulette was just single zero. And the house edge on that is, I believe, now I'm going off the top of my head, so these are not the correct numbers, but it's somewhere between 2 or 3%. It's like 2 point something percent. And in American roulette, where you have the 0 00, the house edge goes from 2 to 3% all the way up to 5.26%. So it actually is better for the casinos, and they make more money with the 0 00. Now in Las Vegas, you'll actually see some places, for example, the Cromwell, where they advertise a single zero roulette game. And the basic draw of that is, or the brunt of that is, or I'm sorry, pull of that is that they're getting people to come to their roulette game, which is offering a much better house advantage for the players. So that's the difference between 0 and 00. This Nashville and for Life says the single zero tables are traditionally called French roulette. The French roulette layout has the house advantage cut in half versus the American roulette wheel that has a 00 number. And Cellar Door 65 says, guests say something like 0 game please, and the dealer puts the bet on his wheel. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I love this. I love being able to talk with you guys and being able to, you know, learn together and figure all of this out, especially when it comes to American versus French versus Germany versus like South Africa. I really, really, really love knowing the differences between all of the different areas and locations, and it just gets me just really excited about it. I just really love that. So if you have any more questions, Grunt 9, oh, I'm not even going to say the numbers. Grunt asked, opinion on online casinos. Where there are actual human dealers in front of you and you play on your computer, basically. There are those type of casinos. My opinion on online casinos is that basically I don't know anything about online casinos, and everything I know is basically what I learned from the Wizard of Oz, Mike Shackelford, when we're hanging out and talking, because Mike is always doing reviews on online casinos, and he's doing the live dealer casinos. I see a lot of reviews on his website. You can basically find out what are the best online casinos to go to that have actual dealers there that sit there and talk with you and that type of a thing. It's very, very big, especially in the European countries. But I would recommend going to the Wizard of Oz, and on his website you could see a review of all the online casinos and all of the casinos that have live dealers, and you will get a really, really good review of each of those and whether they're recommended by the Wizard or not. He does some really great stuff over there. But I focus more on the table games aspect of it. Now we're going to get back to roulette. So I told you guys about the outside bets. One other thing I want to mention is when you go to a roulette table and you see that it's a $5 minimum game, what that's telling you is that you have to bet $5 outside. And then if you want to say bet like $1 on 18, even though you have $5 here and you are covered under the minimum, what it's actually saying is you need $5 outside plus $5 inside. So if you had a $5 bet on black and you want to bet $1 on 18, you cannot bet that $1 on 18 unless you had 4 more chips on the inside. Now, what a lot of people think that means is that they have to put $5 straight up on a number, but that's not the case. As long as you have 5 chips on the inside anywhere, they could be sprawled out like that, then you're good to go. So you have to have $5 minimum outside, $5 minimum inside. Same thing with the outside. So if you have a $5 bet on black, you cannot, for example, put $1 on odd or put $1 on the dozen. If it's an outside bet, you have to put $5 on each one. So it'd be $5 on the third dozen, $5 on odd, $5 on even. You cannot just do like $5 here and $1 there. It would be 5 for each of those. 5 for a column, that type of a thing. So that's what $5 minimum is, or for the minimum bet, I should say. Now we'll start doing the inside bets. So for the inside bets, you have several different bets that happen. The straight up bet is the one where you make the most money. That's 35 to 1. So 35 to 1. Now, if you had it between the two numbers, let's say you wanted to do 11 and 14, you could split that. And a split is 17 to 1. Next on the list is 3 numbers. So if you put this here, this is called a street. You're covering 13, 14, 15. These 3 numbers pay, oh, my mind just did a blank on me. I think it's 11 to 1. I love it when I have brain farts. Okay, so 11 to 1. So the next one is 4 numbers. So let's say if you want to put it on the corner, it covers 13, 14, 17, and 16. Those 4 numbers pay 8 to 1. Next is 5 numbers. Now, let's just pretend that we have a 0, double 0. You could put your bet on the corner right here, and it covers 1, 2, 3, 0, and double 0. If I had the layout 0, double 0, that would be 5 numbers. 5 numbers pay 6 to 1. Now, you could do 6 numbers right here, and that's called a double street, and 6 numbers pay 5 to 1. Okay. Now, we already covered when we spin the ball, what we do, wave it off, say no more bets. Now, here's one thing that I didn't go over. As the dealer, you are never going to give or mark the table like this, or like that, or like that, anything like that. You're never covering up the chips. The reason why is you could have chips palmed in your hand, and you could say put additional money on there. So what the casino wants you to do when you're marking the chips is to always have your palms facing up. So you would have the marker in between your fingers, palms facing up, and then you would mark the chips that way. Let's see if I can actually do it. So mark the chips that way. We got a question. Okay. Okay, so Tom said he didn't phrase that right. I'm going to let him phrase it correctly, and then I'll get back to your question, Tom. If anyone else has any more questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. We are at the 30-minute mark, so we're going to start wrapping this up and everything. I'm trying really hard not to go over 30 minutes. If you guys, like I said, have any more questions, please ask. I think what I'll do is the next time I do a live stream, I'll do another roulette live stream. Maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 more of these. We'll see how much you guys like it and if you want me to keep doing it. And yeah, this is nice. The live stream I like because we could do games that we don't normally do or that I don't have the resources to do at the moment, but I'm still able to answer your questions, talk about it. I like this. I think we'll do more of this kind of thing. Oh, okay, Tom took it back. Well, if you think about a question, Tom, just let me know, okay? So we are going to go over, let's see, what else should we go over? We'll go over one more thing. Well, we could go over a couple more things. Now, when the dealer is on the table and they are dealing the game, they say no more bets. The wheel is, or the ball is spinning in the wheel. They can hear it slowing down. They say no more bets. Now, I didn't talk about this. What the dealer should do when the ball is about to drop is, instead of being in this area where the layout is, that type of a thing, instead, what the dealer should do is they should step back. They should angle their body so that way they could see both the wheel and the layout at the same time. And never ever take your eyes off the layout as you glance over to look and see what number the ball dropped in. This is very, very important for dealers because this keeps people from pinching or pressing their bets, pass posting. That is typically the kind of cheating maneuver that people typically use on roulette the most. So that's why it's very important when you're on the table. You must angle your body so you can see the layout and the wheel at the same time. And you have to look at both the layout and the wheel as the ball is dropping, and never take your eyes off the layout as you look and see what the number is. And then let's see. So you would go look back, okay, 17, mark 17, and then keep it looking, you know? So always make sure you have the layout in your view. Don't get tunnel vision. Don't turn your back on it, especially when you have chips on there or winners or that type of a thing. Let's see. Tom said, I have a general question. As a dealer, if you spot another dealer doing something fishy or cheating to help someone else win, can you say or do anything to alert your supervisor of said dealer? Now, this is a personal choice. It depends on the dealer. If not every dealer is going to be very truthful, not every dealer is honest. So if there's dealers who are seeing other dealers cheat, they might not say anything just because, one, either they don't like the casino they work at or they feel like they're being treated poorly. Two, they maybe like the player that the other dealer just maybe paid a winner instead of a loser. Or three, they're lazy and they just don't even feel like saying anything or they don't care. So it really just depends on the person. There are some dealers who are very, very serious and when it comes to cheating and watching for people who are cheaters and that type of a thing. And they would say something. They would bring it to the attention of the floor. But like I said, every person is different, so it depends on the person. Okay, Cellar Dwarf 85 says, what is a usual behavior on a roulette table for a player? On big tables with 3 dealers, it seems to be rude to lean over the table and lay your bet by yourself. Ah, okay, that's what you're talking about. It's not rude. Some people don't like to do it. What will happen is you will have some players who will always give you the same amount of chips, and they'll be like, these are the numbers I want, and the dealer will help them place the numbers. So, for example, if the player is located on the end of the table in this section, they might have trouble reaching the numbers on this section. So they'll just throw the chips over to the dealer and say, hey, can you cover, say, 5, 4, 9, 11, 15, and 13? That type of thing. And then the dealer will do that for them. But I wouldn't consider it rude, because if you look at all of the games that happen on a roulette table, everyone is like crossing each other and going over each other and about to hit each other and that type of a thing. And I think that's the reason why some players enjoy roulette so much, is because of that close interaction players have compared to, say, something like blackjack, where everyone's sitting at their own spot or section and they're not like bumping into each other and there's not a lot of action and that type of a thing. But I wouldn't consider it rude. Okay. Cool beans. Let's see here. I think that's everything. If you guys have any more questions, put them in the comments below. Otherwise, we are going to end the live stream. So remember, if you guys ever want to talk with me, you can always email me, heather@vegas-aces.com, and I always try to reply to my emails. If you have any suggestions for like tables that you want to do or games that you want to do, feel free to put those suggestions in an email or on the comments. I'm always open for suggestions. I won't be able to do all of the suggestions sometimes, but I am always open to the suggestions, and I always like doing some suggestions. If this is a good time, that's awesome. If you guys want me to do a different time, I was thinking about maybe starting this at a different time, so that way we could get different people to be involved and interact and that type of a thing. Let's see. Dog Guy says, just wondering, do you ever get players who try to play with cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, or ever try to exchange chips for non-US currency. Yes, I've had people do that. I've had people come up to my table asking if I accept Bitcoin. No, they don't accept Bitcoin. I've had people come up to my table saying, oh, do you accept credit card? No, we don't accept credit card. We don't accept checks either, so don't give us any checks. The only thing we accept is cash. Good old, casinos. They took that from the mafia days. They kept it from the mafia days, cash only. Or markers. That's another thing. A marker is like a credit or credit card, but you have to be verified. You have to be vetted. You have to have, like the casino will actually have a link into your bank account. Make sure you have the funds in your bank account. Like they know everything about you, that type of a thing. And if you are one of those type of players, then yes, you could get a marker, and that would be the same thing as a credit line on the table. Other than that, it's just cash. Jay Mars says, do you do craps games too? Yes, I do craps as well. Like I said, for example, you can see here it's roulette, so it's not like blackjack. If you guys want, I think I have like a craps layout I could bring out, so that way I can answer your questions on craps too. Yes, I do craps. Yes, I've dealt craps before. I dealt craps over at the I was about to say the Gold Coast. I dealt craps over at the Golden Nugget. And I am going to do a video on craps as well. I'm going to do a how to play craps video and how to deal craps video as well. But that is going to be a very, very long series. So that is going to be something that will be done towards the end of the series instead of something that will be done anytime soon. Because I'm guessing that craps video is going to take me like a year to complete. But yes, craps is on the schedule. So if you guys want like a craps live stream, let me know. I can get my craps layout out here and we can go over craps as well. I think I have most of the layouts. So if you have a game you want, just let me know. All the core game layouts, not like, for example, the carnival games or something like that. Okay, so that does it. I think we're done for the live stream. Remember, hit that bell, subscribe. Always be notified. If you want to become a Patreon, check that out. I'll put the link in below. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, anything like that, you can reach me in the comments or email me at heather@vegas-aces.com. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye.